For the host, Dr. Gilda Carle. Dr. Gilda, you have a good one for me today, as you
Oh,
always
I
do.
have two good ones for you.
Okay.
This guy by the name of Paul Feynman is on, let me, wait, I'm in the middle of, it didn't download properly. He is
Okay.
on
So,
ESPN. He's on ESPN.
okay.
Okay, this guy is on ESPN. He said that Bill Belichick has become the worst coach in history. And now everybody's talking about this. And I feel so bad because here's this guy. He said he was the best coach in history. And look what has happened to him. He has become the worst host in history. Now, this has to do with the second story that I want to tell you about. This has to do with your reputation and reputation management. Because, and I have done this work with people who are out there in the public eye. You have one thing and one thing only when you are a public figure, and that's your reputation. And you must project that reputation and continue that reputation and take care of that.
Keep going.
That's up to you. You have to be
Yeah.
able to figure out how to maintain your reputation. Just because you become popular for a moment doesn't mean that you will sustain that popularity.
No, you're not going to sustain it because you have to keep going
You
100%.
have to keep going, and you are always looking to up the ante. We look at Taylor Swift. What happened with her? Now she's talking about a showgirl. What was it? Her newest? Uh, it's broken all kinds of records, and parents are now furious. I saw one op-ed by some parent who said, your young girls should not be watching this. She's practically naked and she's very sexy and she's talking about things that some 30 some odd year old would talk about. So it's very different from the, lollipop kind of carrying girl that Taylor Swift was once. However, in order to remain famous and sustain your reputation, you have to keep upping the ante. But if you up it too much in the wrong direction, people have something to say. Now, I talked about Bill Belichick, and we've been talking about him forever. He and the girlfriend or whatever, maybe he just simply, psychologically, emotionally decided to just drop out. I'm not interested in this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe. I don't know. But if that is the case, then he ought to leave. What's the sense of continuing and getting all this bad press?
It's not worth it.
And he's taking down UNC, and that's what they're complaining about, et cetera, et cetera. But then there was, I saw this in the news today. There was a California gubernatorial candidate by the name of Katie Porter. And she was doing a media interview. I think it was on CBS. She was on a CBS affiliate, and the reporter was doing her job. I've watched this. She was asking, well, you did this, you did this, you did this. And Katie answers this, and she follows up with another question, and this, and this, and this. And Katie said, I'm done. She walked off the interview because she wouldn't answer the rest of the questions that the reporter was offering. Now, I am going to tell everybody, because I'm a media coach, please understand when you are doing an interview and you are in somebody else's house in their studio, this time belongs to them. This time is theirs. You have given your time away, your commitment to them. And you don't like the questions that are being asked? You don't rip off your microphone and say, I've had enough. You're asking 7 questions for follow up. And that's what a reporter is supposed to do. If the reporter doesn't do that, people are saying, oh, soft interview. So the reporter would be damned if she did and damned if she didn't. So she just continued at asking questions about whatever this Katie Porter was saying. Everybody says her career is now dead because
Right.
she got up and walked out. Who are you serving if you are looking to become governor? The population who is watching you. This is very important to understand. You are running for a public office, and that means you are serving the public.
You're definitely serving the public, and it makes no sense what you're talking about because you're like, really? Are you kidding me? But this is the way people react now. This is the way they don't want to be put into the fire. And if
Whoa,
you're
whoa, whoa,
running
whoa,
for
whoa, whoa.
office, you have to.
So then they are reacting with a temper tantrum. I don't like the question. I'm leaving. That's
Yep.
it. Well, how does that play out in the public eye?
It's not going to look good in the court of public opinion at all.
No.
And not answering questions. You might as well say it's the communist media. Yeah.
Let us not forget, this is here in the United States of America, we have freedom of speech. We have the ability to ask questions. This is what a reporter does, especially if the person who they're interviewing is running for a public office and you're refusing to answer questions. It looked very bad. It was played on many different networks, and everybody's going, pitiful, just pitiful. I have been interviewed. Look, I've been interviewed by thousands of people. And sometimes some of the questions are really stupid. One guy in New York said to me, we were talking about relationships, and he said, so are you married? No, this was not about my relation. So I said, why? Are you interested? That shut him up, and the audience laughed. Okay? That he didn't go there anymore. What kind of a question would be, why? Are you married? Are you in a relationship? This is ridiculous. And you
Ask them.
will get all kinds of crazy questions if you are in the public eye. But keep in mind, you do quips. You just quip. When I was on Howard Stern's show, he asked me if I was a real redhead. And I said, only my gynecologist knows for sure. And he laughed, and that was it. He went on to another topic. You have to be quick on your feet or on your seat and hand it back to them. But this business about, I'm shutting down. I don't like it. Too bad. I'm going to have a temper tantrum. I'm walking out. I'm booking on this. That does not play well. So that's my advice for all of you. You should have a couple of buzzwords. And this is what I do when I'm talking to people who are in high level positions who are out there in the public. You should have some buzzwords in the palm of your hand that you could pull out anytime and see what happens.
Okay. All right. DrGilda.com. Love it, Dr. Gilda. We'll talk soon. That was a special simulcast.